Good morning, folks. Hope you're well. In today's video, I want to discuss the benefits of keeping spreadsheets of players within your Sorare club. I'm a nerd on spreadsheets. I love spreadsheets. However, it's only until quite recently that I've started using one for my Sorare players. And I have to say, just a personal opinion, it has helped me 100%. Now, before I go on to this spreadsheet and show you, this will work on any budget. As you can see, I've got shitloads of players. So my spreadsheet is going to be quite daunting at first because there's fucking teams everywhere on it. So even if you've only got 5 players or you've only got one team, I still believe a spreadsheet can help you as you progress with your journey on Sorare. So without further ado, here is the spreadsheet that I have created. Hopefully it's all visible on screen now. So at this moment in time, and I'm talking, this is my limited collection now. I have got 10 leagues that I am going to be prioritizing, which are all listed: the under 23s, the All Star, Champ Euro, Challenger Euro, Cap 270, Second Division Europe, and then each individual league: Premier League, Pro, Bundesliga, La Liga, and Serie A. Now, the first benefit for me of keeping a spreadsheet is I can identify strengths and, in particular, weaknesses of any team much easier than going through my Sorare gallery on Sorare. I'm still playing around with this spreadsheet, but at this moment in time, I don't want to make it too complicated. The last 15 average of the players is sufficient for now. However, that might change, i.e., I might add a column on the month, whether they're up and down or up or down on their averages. So that will identify whether the player is in or out of form. But for now, I'm just leaving it at this moment in time. Now, the only reason I'm doing this for limited only is because, as you can see, I have got substitutes here for every position, for every league. When you're talking rares, you can be talking hundreds of pounds, especially for goalkeepers to have on the bench. I'm certainly not in that position to be forking out hundreds of pounds on players who are just going to be sitting in your gallery doing nothing until an injury occurs. However, because obviously limited are far cheaper, I can afford to do it, and it makes it far easier, or more achievable rather. As you can see, for the All-Star, that would be my starting 11. I've not named any subs here because I would take, if any of them were injured, my starting 5, I would take from one of them leagues, the Euro, Champion Euro, whatever, and then amend that one. So the plan is, and it always has been, which I've mentioned in videos before, is where possible to get players from teams that, one, are dominant in their league. Secondly, they play in Europe. And again, where possible, if they also play for their country, that's an added bonus as well because it gives them extra utility. And if you look at my All-Star, my Cap 270, that criteria is met really. The Challenger Euro is the same. Where possible, if I can get those 3 things, then I'm happy with that team. Again, and I don't know whether you do the same, I change, for example, the All-Star. If Club Brugge were to have a tough fixture away, I would then possibly take that players out. However, I'm not going to do that anymore because, in my experience, if players score well, then it shouldn't really matter who they're playing against. They will. You pay the big bucks for players hitting consistent scores, regardless who they play. So, providing they're all fit, that all-star team will never change. And that would apply to all these other leagues. But obviously, if I could strengthen in certain areas, that would be the only reason for me to change. I am not changing players, teams, etc., purely because a player's got a tough fixture. This way, this will give me some idea on how consistently good these teams are pulling in the rewards. I have been notoriously shit at SO5. However, since I've started this spreadsheet, more often than not, I will hit at least a tier 2 from one of those leagues every week. And that is the bare minimum I need to be achieving, given that I've got a shitload in my gallery. So a tier 2 is the least I want to win now. And if I'm honest, with the gallery I've got, I should be aiming higher than that, in my opinion. I haven't got the superstars. However, I've got players who score consistently well in a lot of the teams you can see there. And ultimately, that's what wins you prizes. Now, as you can see in these individual leagues, the Premier League, Bundesliga, etc., there are gaps where I've got no players. The hope is some of these stronger leagues, when I win the rewards, they will fill the gaps. However, I have got ETH backed up where I can just go out and buy players if I want to, because as you can see, there's 10 leagues listed. With the subs, that would be 100 players. I've got 235 in my gallery, so it's far too many. So I will be listing the majority of them who don't make the sides because they're basically in my gallery doing nothing. So if I can get money, start strengthening in areas that I believe I need to, and start filling these gaps, then that would be fantastic. So I need to see how much I can raise through sales, and then I'll start planning in certain areas where I think I need to strengthen or fill gaps immediately. Also, with the 3 criteria that I mentioned, playing for dominant teams in their league, Europe, etc., I also look for players who are going to more likely hit decisives in their team, i.e. Lord Van Aken for Club Bruges. If there's a goal for them, he's more often than not either scoring it or assisting it. And because Sorare's scoring matrix is so heavily favoured in those sort of players, that's what I'm trying to get my teams full of, either scorers or assisters, because ultimately those are the players, if you get them all doing it on the same game week, are going to bring the bacon home. While I'm on the subject of Lord Van Aken, and I've already mentioned this on a previous video, as you can see, 3 months ago, I paid 22 quid for him. This morning on auction, one went for 92 quid. So that's a £70 profit on him alone. And like I mentioned in the video previous to this, you need to know when the right time to buy and sell players are. Once you got that, or once you know that information, Sorare becomes a lot more easier to make money off. So that's about it, guys. If anyone is interested in this spreadsheet, it's only basic at this moment in time, but like I said, I'm quite good on spreadsheets. I am gonna, depending how it goes, if I need to add more things to it to make it a bit more appealing and more useful, then I will certainly do that. And like I said, even if you've only got 1 or 2 teams, this is perfect because at a quick glance, you can see the strengths and weaknesses of your team. Unless you're a millionaire or you're very wealthy, I don't think you can do this with rares because, like I've already said, who's going to spend 3, 4, 500 quid on a goalkeeper just to be sitting on the bench waiting for an injury and you might never use him? It's just not going to happen, in my opinion. But if anyone is interested in this spreadsheet, then just let me know. I'll do some, whatever you want added to it, then I can do it. And, not an issue. Just drop your comments below and I'll send it to you. I'll email you a copy or whatever. So that's about it, really, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Hope some of you found it useful, and I'll see you soon. And best of luck with this upcoming game week. Cheers, guys.